Thank you. Thank you so much for that introduction. As you saw in the video, can we give it up one more time for that video? That was awesome. That was an awesome video. As you saw from the video, the skills that we, the students, learn from the outdoors really do transfer into the classrooms and stay with us throughout our academic experience in an Outward Bound school. Thank you so much for that introduction. What you didn't hear about me is that I am a founding student at the founding Outward Bound school, Bells, in the Taft campus in the Bronx. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. My Outward Bound experience really did prepare me to face the challenges that would lie ahead, particularly a challenge that I faced my senior year in high school, where I left the Outward Bound school systems and went to a boarding school in Vermont, sustained a spinal cord injury, and became paralyzed. That was 16 years ago. But in an outward bound fashion, and with the words of Kurt Hahn, who's told us to make our disabilities our opportunity, to lean into what makes us different and use that as our competitive advantage. I've done that and it's paid dividends. In addition to Kurt Hahn, it was those skills that I learned with my crew, my community at Outward Bound, many of you here today, that helped me get past what I thought was the hardest challenge that I'd ever faced. But there are also some key people sitting here in the audience that stand out. And one of them is our honoree tonight. One of our honorees, LaRue Gibson. Cheers. The success of our schools and our students require advocates in many different areas and at all levels, advocating for equitable, engaging, and relevant education in our schools' public systems. But for me, LaRue, whom I met that freshman year at Bells, was more than just a board member. LaRue was an inspiring role model as a person of color going to an Outward Bound school in the Bronx. He then became an inspiring boss. He hired me at Merrill. Ultimately, a father figure. Thank you, Matt and Nikki, for sharing him with me. But always, a friend. Thank you, LaRue, for helping me stay true to myself, my values, and what matters most in life, by not letting anyone or any obstacle mark my success, how far I could go, for helping me to keep on dreaming big and to not let anything stop me in my way to accomplish those dreams. Also, for teaching me the treasures in hard times of Sade playing in the background. But like LaRue, we have many other advocates that help us and all students around the city. Tonight, we also honored a Bayside High School graduate, public school graduate, Speaker Adams, who has been and continues to be an advocate and a steward of quality education for New York City youth, no matter their zip code. And what you heard from her today, and something that she's been true about, is that a zip code or a student's geography, where they live, their surroundings, should not dictate the quality of the education that they are provided. Thank you, Speaker Adams, for all you do. For all you do, including and continuing to safeguard the school's budgetary needs, and for creating the very first Education Equity Action Plan, the first pre-K through 12 Black students' curriculum to be woven into existing public schools curriculum, created to address racial inequalities and access to quality education, because we know the value of representation. And when students don't see themselves in the curriculums that they are learning, they don't find their place. They don't know that they came from somewhere, and therefore they don't understand their place today. And we need to tell them that they belong, that they are worthy and they are enough. And all this talk about education and the Outward Bound experience, the expeditional learning model, takes me back to my first year with Outward Bound. My school at Taft, we were in a campus school, and there were 5 different schools in there. And that freshman year, we published, the students, we published a book with the help of Hyperion and publishers there, we created a book and published a book that really showcased the diversity of our schools, that celebrated the identities of the varied backgrounds that made up our campus. And in turn, it showed our students that it was more than okay to be different, that it could be celebrated. So thank you, Outward Bound, for all that you do for students throughout the city.